my channel. I'm not going to be too loud today because my son, he's 2, is currently asleep next door and I do not want to wake him up because it is 8:15 in the evening. He went to sleep between 7 and half 7. I don't want to wake him up, to be honest. But welcome back to my channel, or if you're new then welcome. My name is Tiona. This is my 22-week update. I cannot believe it, 22 weeks already. How? Like, where did that time go? I'm gonna go straight in today with my symptoms because I feel like that's just where I need to go. I need to go straight in there and stop diddle-daddling around. So my first symptom is 100% weight gain. I feel as though I'm like gaining weight around my face. I feel like I did this with Tracy's pregnancy, but I feel as though like I'm just getting a bit fat. I mean, I blame myself because I do not eat the best foods that I should eat. Like, I do eat good dinners and stuff, but as in, I snack a lot. But, I mean, I'm going to gain weight. It's just, I don't actually know how much I weigh at the moment. I'm going to weigh myself this week. So I'll probably let you know in a vlog at some point, or maybe in next week's update. But I am definitely gaining weight. Symptom number 2 is that my back is painful. It's always hurting. There is nothing I can do to stop it hurting. I feel like even when I wake up in the morning it hurts. Like, I don't really know what to do to help it. I've tried everything possible and I've like googled what I could do and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to let my midwife know at my next appointment, which isn't for a few weeks, I think, a week or 2. But yeah, because I don't know whether or not it's actually normal to hurt this much. Like, I know like my back hurt a little bit with Chase, but that was towards the end and I'm only 22 weeks, so I don't really know, but we'll check with the midwife next week and see what she has to say about it. As you can see, my acne is not disappearing. It's not as bad as last week, if you watched last week's update, but it's not disappearing. My dry skin is coming back as well, which I also had with Chase. But if you, I don't know if you can tell, but I've like literally showered and this is me. Like, I've not put any makeup on, which I only use mascara anyway, but I haven't put any on and my hair is natural, dried naturally and everything. So I'm just 100% natural right now. You can see every blemish possible. But yeah, so you can see my dry skin. That's back. I moisturise daily, but there's no getting rid of it. A new symptom I've had this week is anxiety, which I have anxiety anyway if you're from this channel, but if you're new then yes, I do have anxiety. However, I feel as though it's getting a bit worse in this pregnancy. I don't take anything for anxiety. I chose not to. I chose to just deal with it myself. I used to take tablets, but I stopped because I felt like they didn't help anyways. But this pregnancy, I just feel as though I just worry about the smallest of things, about the baby and about Chase, which I am also going to talk to my midwife about the anxiety, because I don't know whether it's normal to think the things I'm thinking. So I just thought I'd let you know that I have been getting very anxious about, like, just thinking things about Chase, like, and thinking things about the baby. Not in a bad way, like, don't start worrying, but as in like, just, I don't know, I just think I need to talk to the midwife and see what she says, but I thought I'd let you know beforehand, just so you guys are up to date with how I am. Urination is still a thing, frequently going, all the time, and I this last week I've noticed that as soon as I want to leave the house I need a wee, as soon as I need to get in the car I need a wee, as soon as I need to get out the car I need a wee, as soon as I go to someone's house I need a wee. Like, no matter where I'm going I need a wee, and I don't know what it is, but I think it's just because like I'm always on the move. I'm not like a really sit down person, so when I do sit down I'm like, I need a wee. Like, for instance, if I go to someone's house, like, I instantly need a wee 500 times. I don't know if you can tell in this video or not, but I do get out of breath quite easily. I think that's quite a new thing in this pregnancy. Like, I was getting a bit out of breath like in the last 2 weeks, I think, actually, but it's mostly happened starting this week, and it's like I feel as though no matter when I'm talking, how fast, how slow, how loud, how quiet, like I just feel like I'm instantly out of breath and I have to just breathe, like I have to just be like and carry on again. But I don't know if that's very noticeable. It might be in my vlogs. If you watch my daily vlogs, then it might be noticeable in that, but in these updates it might not be as noticeable because I don't know. So they are all the symptoms I've been having this past week. I cannot think of any new ones other than those that have been happening. I have been thinking more towards breastfeeding, my home birth and induction. These are because I have Group B Strep, which, if you don't know what that is, I will leave a little box explaining that I got off of Google. And I will also, throughout me talking, insert some clips of, some photos even, of like the risks of the GBS, and also the like just what it's about, because I don't want to tell you what it's about if you already know, so I just thought I'd like insert the images rather than me tell you. But the images are from at the NHS website, so they are, I will link where I got them from down below. But basically the home birth that I wanted is more than likely not happening now, and it really does upset me because that is the one thing I did want, and I actually am going to get emotional. Like I'm going to cry. It's because I had an induction with Chase. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I want to experience a natural labour, if that makes sense. Like I feel as though I didn't experience that, and like you can say like, oh but you did, like you still had contractions, you still had this, you still had that, but it wasn't me going into labour. Like that wasn't how it was meant to be. Like I got told, my body got told to go into labour, so it's a lot different. And with an induction, especially my induction that I had, my contractions were faster and harder, because obviously that you're being forced to give birth, like you're being forced to do it there and then. And my induction took 3 long days, like 3 days. I was in labour for 3 freaking days. It honestly was like the worst experience. Obviously the best experience because I got my son out of it and I love him, and like I loved labour and delivery and I'd do it 100 times again. But the fact that I was induced annoys me, and I wanted to do it naturally this time around. I can do it naturally this time around, but I wanted to do it at home, and now I'm being told that it's probably going to have to be a hospital birth because I've got the GBS. I wish I hadn't been told I had the bloody thing. I am so annoyed because that's all I wanted, that's all I wanted, and now I feel like I'm going to have to be induced, because the midwife on the phone when she told me, so if you don't know, I do have GBS. I feel like I should tell you actually and explain. If you want to have a look at my previous video, I'll link it down below where I fully explain what happened. But I ended up going to hospital on a Friday night, last Friday, and it's currently Wednesday. So last Friday, like 5 days ago, I went to hospital late at night because I thought something was happening and it wasn't. But they did a swab test there and then. I don't know, I can't remember why. But then that came back that I had GBS. They then rang me like a few days later, like on the Monday, I think it was. Yeah, Monday they rang me. So I've known for like 2 days. They told me that I had it and not to worry too much, but when I do go into labour or think I've gone into labour, I need to go to the hospital straight away. To be put onto, let me get this right, so I have it written down in my notes, to be put on antibiotics whilst I'm in labour, so that the baby, there's less of a risk of the baby getting ill, basically. Because if you don't know, that GBS can make your baby seriously ill, like life-threateningly ill, and that is one thing that seriously worries me. I just wanted, like, I just feel like every time I have a baby, something ends up going like slightly not to plan. So the first baby Chase, I had to have an induction. The second baby I lost at 6 weeks pregnant. And then this baby, I've got GBS, so I'm probably going to have to stay in hospital for 12 hours, have antibiotics whilst in labour, and go straight to the hospital as soon as I'm in labour, basically, or as soon as my waters break, or whatever. I just feel like nothing is going right in having babies, which is quite annoying for me, but it's a hard problem that I'm currently facing because I don't know much about it either. Because of my last video, I actually had many people message me on Instagram, all saying whether or not they had it with their previous pregnancies, or saying that, which by the way all their babies are healthy, or saying they knew people that had it, or just literally giving me advice about it that they already knew about. That made like things a lot easier for me because it made me feel like I wasn't alone. Like I don't know anybody that, like, before anyone had messaged me, I didn't know anybody else that had it, so like I just felt like I was all by myself. Like no one knew what it was, I didn't know what it was. You don't really get told about it too much, but now I do know what it was, what it is even, and I'm not as worried as I was in the previous video, but it is still a scary thought because my baby, like, there is a possibility that my baby could get seriously ill and end up with sepsis or meningitis or death, in like a serious case, and I don't know how I'd be able to handle that. I don't think I would be able to handle that. Like I feel him or her kick on a daily basis, like move around on a daily basis, like that. I know that baby now, like that's my baby, I know him or her. And yeah, just the thought of it, like I think that's what's causing my anxiety a lot more, because it's the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen until the day, and I've got another 18, is it 18 weeks? Yeah, 18 weeks until he or she is here. That's not actually a long time at all, like when you come to think about it, because I'm obviously due on the 11th of June, like that's not actually that far away whatsoever. I just think I need to stop worrying too much about it, and I think I need to try and think of like the positives more, like the fact I'm going to have a baby, and like the fact that Chase is going to be a big brother, and I was about to say big sister, like he's not a big sister. Yeah, so be a big brother, and like all these little things, like Tom is going to have his first blood child, and stuff like this. Like there's just so many things to be happy about, but it's hard when that one negative thing is in the back of your mind all the time, because something so bad could happen. But I did find out that like they prefer you to stay in the hospital 12 hours after giving birth so they can monitor the baby. I'm going to highly request that doesn't happen. In a way I like it because they can then also help me with breastfeeding. However, I want to be at home with my family, not in a hospital. But I'm going to see what they think, because obviously it all depends on how the labour goes as well, but we will see when the time officially comes. As to breastfeeding, yes, I want to breastfeed, and yes, I will try my very hardest. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, because a lot of women do, and I think you shouldn't, because if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like you can't force something to happen if it's not going to happen. Like you've got to think of your interests, your best interests, and the baby's best interests. As long as the baby is fed, that is the main thing, and that's all I care about, as long as the baby is fed. If for any reason the baby cannot latch onto me, or the midwives say maybe let's think about something else here, then I will happily, okay, that's fine. However, I will try my hardest, especially in that first week, first 6 weeks, sorry, to breastfeed, because I just feel like it's very important for me to do it, and it's very important obviously for the baby to get, so I will try. I just still cannot believe that I'm 22 weeks pregnant. Like I've only got 18 weeks left. It's amazing. I just feel like this pregnancy is going by so much quicker than Chase's ever did. Like his went quick, but this is going ridiculously quick, to the point where I don't even know. Like I just feel like I only just found out. Like I literally feel like I only just found out, and I found out like 3 weeks pregnant. So, or 2 weeks, 3. I don't even know. I was like 2 weeks pregnant, which is quite crazy. that is actually all for this video. I think I've covered everything. If I've missed anything off that you'd like to know about, like, I don't know, anything that you think I might have, or I don't know, anything, then please do comment down below. If you want to let me know any recommendations on videos and stuff, then do let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Shall we try and get a bump photo? I don't know if I'm going to be able to. What am I stuck on? Don't know, lads. Can we get one? Excuse, I've got my pyjamas on. Oh, I'm looking quite big actually, aren't I? Can you see that? You can see that, can't you? Yeah, I'm quite big. I'm actually quite big, aren't I? Gosh, you don't realise.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad.